Anyways, in unrelated news, Nocturne is getting a remaster. What do I, as an LNCer, think about this? More importantly, this is a great opportunity to talk to y'all about remasters and remakes. I have a lot of opinions about these. I'll condense them for time's sake. I've already talked to you all, talked at you all enough today. I don't want to keep doing that. It'll feel like I'm lecturing you, but I'm not. I'm just giving my opinions and thoughts, unfiltered, like the back of my chair. So, what is a port? Is the best place to start. Before I even talk about how I feel about it. What is a port? What is a port? Why is it important? How is it connected to the thing I talked about before? About evergreen content. A port of a game is exactly what it sounds like. When a game is released on its original console, and it no longer is in circulation, meaning the original print of the game is either so rare it's a luxury collector's item, or the product and franchise itself is so dead they probably don't see reason to reboot it or even revisit it, so it just sits there as a dead franchise. It becomes prudent to save that piece of art and give it the kind of remaster it deserves. Bring all those old textures back up and renewed and freshened the way that we all want them to be seen, but not all of us at the time may have been able to have. For example, we've had a whole bunch of remasters for us to play. We've had ones from Spyro, we've had ones from Ratchet and Clank, technically. I say technically, because they're also trying to reboot that shit. I saw what the fuck they did with that femme girl. But you have remasters for things like Spyro and Crash and other things like that. Medieval, Longest in the bunch. A lot of things that are getting either outright ports to entire libraries, like how Persona 4 got a full golden port to Steam, and they made gangbuster fucking money, printing fucking money. Then you have those remakes like Final Fantasy 7, and I'm going to talk about it because it annoys me. Mainly annoys me because people are stupid. Now, I'm going to get to that one. And then, of course, there's the out and out. There's literally nothing added here. Why are you even buying this again? Why did that pull my cord like that? Kind of ports. Plenty of those kinds of games exist too. So I'm going to talk about most of them. First off, what is the difference between a remaster and a remake? A remaster is everything mostly is the same, but we're sprucing some things up. We're gonna update the graphics. We're gonna add in some features and functions. We might even take away a couple here or there, or we might leave it in with a switch toggle that tells you if you want to take it out, and then you play as you want. And it's the exact same experience. Maybe a line change gets made better. Maybe they add a couple more new characters, like what they did with Tokyo Mirage Session. Which, by the way, always remember that I called it before anybody else did. This is something that you're likely to see happen, by the way. A remaster, specifically. You're more likely to see a remaster happen if a game gets stranded on an old console. For example, Tokyo Mirage Session. Tokyo Mirage Session, as well as something like, say, the Metroid Prime Trilogy, needs to be updated and brought to consoles like the Switch. It's possible to be done because Metroid Prime Trilogy was originally released for the Wii. And when Wii 24 Connect went down for the Wii, and the Wii U stopped all functions that had anything to do with the Miiverse because they decided it was too much of a glut, and also because of all the stupid shit happening in Splatoon and Splatoon 2, they took it out, took it away, And now we no longer have those problems. But that is in itself an example of why remasters and remakes get done and made. For example, if you wanted to play old school Phantasy Star Online, like console version, like original Xbox, an Xbox 360, or PlayStation 2, bulky PlayStation 2, the one that looked like a fucking brick you could hold at somebody's head that you had to screw the internet port into the back of and actually stick a broadband Ethernet cord into to have internet. Or in the front, if you had the smaller, slimmer one. I had both of them, but my big one got stolen, so I had to invest in a small silver one. It's somewhere in this room, in my closet, or in one of the boxes. Probably in the box over there. But if you had one of those, and if you wanted to play those games, you can't. The connection's done. The servers are down and dead. They shut them down years ago. They officially stopped all support for those games because they still had some that were being made, mostly the FIFAs, but it was a thing that was being done. And generations go on and go on, and sometimes a gem, mini gems of games, things like Eco and things like that. I don't want to name any names because you see, some people have controversial opinions on what they consider to be gems. And that's mostly because I have a theory. I'll tell you about the theory in a second. But the gems that live on that console, for example, one of my personal favorites being Gauntlet Dark Legacy, which, if you've never played Gauntlet before, bro, get 3 of your buddies and 3 controllers, or if you're playing this on an updated console. So I would probably suggest getting the I would suggest getting the GameCube version of the game. You know, if you were to play this with co-op with your friends, original fucking throwback couch co-op, you would be entertained for hours and hours and hours. When gems like that get made on consoles like those, it becomes prudent to consider that they should get a remaster. Because you can take the sound files and remaster them. You can get updated graphics for the game. You could be even able to recreate all new graphics for it, which at that point you'd probably be dealing with a remake rather than a remaster. But you take what was old and you make it new, but updated. Which is to say, you take what is old and make it the same old, but now it looks like it was intended to be. It's like the difference between Mighty Morphin Power Rangers as a television show, using the Japanese suits, and what they chose to do with the movie suits, with all those bells and whistles and bullshit on them. That would be a good idea of a remaster. You're taking an idea that has always been what was intended to be the idea, and you're just making it as it should have been if you had the technology of the time to make it better. At the same time, you then have a remake. And a remake sounds exactly what it's supposed to be. You're lifting up the hood of the classic. You are going in. You are gutting it for parts. You're taking inspiration. You're taking direction. You're taking story, and you are presenting that shit to a new audience with all new graphics because you don't want to recreate the old graphics. You want to make new ones. You want it to be seen in a way that it's never been seen before. And a perfect example of that, the Final Fantasy VII remake, which is a misnomer because Final Fantasy VII remake is not a remake. It's a sequel. Or rather, it's a sequel while also being a remake designed by people who have an intentional desire to subvert history and also give people who are too lazy to actually play past disc 2 an opportunity to never, ever, ever shut the fuck up. It's a bit of something that made me think whether I wanted to put it into its own video and discuss it. But these are the 2 types of remakes you get, or the 2 types of designs and remasterings you get when it comes to game porting. Just the 2 kinds of porting you get. Some games are like Final Fantasy VII Remake. I have the collector's edition over in the other room somewhere. But some games are like that. And then some games are like Metroid Zero Mission or Metroid Samus Returns. taking something that's old, which in this case is the first Metroid, and retelling the story with actual plot points because it didn't have a plot before, or in the case of the other one I just said, Final Fantasy VII, taking Final Fantasy VII and putting a spin on it that adds a whole fuckload of early aughts twee I had never thought I'd see having a rise again. Considering the people who made it, that's not shocking. Why is it important that I say this? Because remakes and remasters are not necessarily bad. The thing that makes them bad is the reason it's being remade and what happens when it gets remade. For example, if you take Final Fantasy VII and then you decide, you know what really sounds good? Making it more like Final Fantasy XIII, you make a game that's bad. Look, I will defend Lightning Returns till the day I die. But oh my god, that game was supposed to be what it was supposed to be. And the only reason that Lightning Returns works in that fashion is because whatever the fuck they were trying to do in 13 should have not been done in Final Fantasy 13. Fabula Nova Crystallis has a sub-series itself talking about Evalassi, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, probably not. But those stories, with that game mechanic, with that setup, with that chrono system, horrible. And it's not the same thing as, say, a case of Final Fantasy X and X-2 getting itself a remaster, an HD Collection Edition, which, by the way, is a perfect example of why and how a good remake or remaster can be done. Taking and making options available to people that originally would not have been made available. That's good. This is the shit we want. Having the ability to fail over and over again, attempting to get those 200 lightning dodges in the Thunder Plains, is the shit I'm here for. Getting to see Pain take it all off is what I'm here for. Being able to get new content that I've never been able to access before, like the Eternal Calm CD information, or the Final Fantasy X2 Last Mission, like, minigame system that's packaged with that. Also, what I'm here for. What I'm not here for is for you to take broken fucking systems that don't work and push them into a game that you hope people are going to buy because of the thing that it is. Because that's name recognition and that's trying to trick people. That's fucking scummy. It's scummy to do. If you want to try those ideas out the way that you did with Final Fantasy 13, 13-2, and Lightning Returns, you can. But do not sit there and try to pretend that it's anything other than what it is. And when it falls on its face, like that of Devil May Cry, DMC, D lowercase MC, Devil May Cry, do not pretend that it's because the haters made it not work. People rejected it. To tell the truth. At the same time, in that same vein, if you're a person that's more into the remake of a game than you are into the original game, you were never into the original game. That's something you gotta get out of the way too. That's gonna come up in a second. I'm gonna talk about that when we get to Shin Megami Tensei. But to close out this segment of what is me ranting about remasters and remakes, a good remaster and a good remake is something that keeps true to the original material, just like with anything that is adapted and then slightly altered and changed. It is something that keeps to the original material and the original vision of the team that designed it, while also making things customizable and optional that once was standard and mandatory. Good example of this is from not Shin Megami Tensei, because I keep calling in my head Tokyo Mirage Sessions, the Shin Megami Tensei 5 that we never got properly. But Tokyo Mirage Sessions Encore Edition will have additional characters. It will have censorship of the art, which quite literally made Japanese and Americans buy the originally uncensored version of the game that has the function that was now added to Encore, which was the ability to get through the sessions, which is the combo system, quicker. Be able to put on fast forward status. You don't have to sit there watching through all of the combat. Those are things that are good about a remake and a remaster. Having the opportunity to update the graphics and make it acceptable by our modern day standards, it is what it is. But at the same time, that's always been an excuse to say, oh, it doesn't, I can't play this game because I don't know how to read a game like NetHack. Plox lol. I'm not going to play it until it looks like a fucking AAA polished shooter. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. You don't want to ask for your opinion in the first place anyway. Shut the fuck up. They didn't ask mine either. But it's still, shut the fuck up. That out of the way. Let's talk about fandoms. Specifically, fractioning fandoms, right? This is very, very, very targeted, and this is going to feel like an attack for every single one of you who's a Persona fan. And this is coming from somebody who is an LNCer till the day he dies. Okay? If you are a fan of your Splinter Off series, but you can't get into the main series, do not ever say something like Persona representation is the same as SMT representation. Because I saw a lot of that happening when people were talking about Joker getting in Smash. Say that shit again, I'm coming to your house and I'm fucking popping you one. Right on your ass. I'll spank you if I have to. The reason why is because SMT and Persona are not the same thing. I guess I should define my terms so that people aren't confused. When I say I am an LNCer, I'm talking about the scale of law, neutrality, and chaos. Alignments. Anything with SMT that is alignment gameplay is LNC content. That is the main line. That was what it started from. It started from goddess reincarnation, so Megami Tensei, which then became Shin Megami Tensei, the new goddess incarnation. Anything that has to do with alignment that it's LNC is mainline content. So, anything that is Persona, which has less to do with alignment and more to do with personalities, that is when you start talking about Persona representation and content. They're two different lines of thinking. One is about the philosophy of man. The other one is about what that man is going to do with Djibouti Hall. I'm not even joking when I say that. Mainline content focuses on the philosophy of protagonists, side characters, enemies, your entire viewpoint as a player as you play them, and how your choices will affect the life choices by that person. And Persona content, almost always, regardless of whatever you consider it is or is not true about it, is always going to tend towards a golden, true ending of why that is good to have, or why the golden ending is the most correct ending because of the actual characterization of the person you're playing. That's not to say that you don't have protagonists that are devil summoners and then Persona comp users, or vice versa, who will or will not be what they are in their story. That doesn't change no matter what game you're playing. And I don't give a shit about power scaling either, because power scaling is all off whack. Especially if you're playing D2 right now. Because Devil Down the Deliberation is on that shit just as much as Imagine was on that shit. But I'm getting ahead of myself now. To recap. Alignment. Persona. Not the same thing. Still acceptable to be enjoyable. But if you are this side or this side, and you can't find ways to learn to deal with either one, just admit that you're either an elitist or you were never a fan of the original SMT. That's all I'm begging you to do, right? And the reason why I make that distinction, the reason why I make that, come on now. The reason why I make that distinction is because as we get a remaster, the first thing that's going to happen when people start playing Nocturne is they're going to learn real quick 4 things. Technically 2 things. But technically 1, but 2 things. First thing they're going to learn is that Matador is going to stick that flag all the way up their ass. Second thing, well, actually, no, third thing. Second thing, first thing they're going to learn is that Matador's going to stick it up their ass. The second thing they're going to learn is if they have this be the version that has Dante in it, they're going to learn memes. And they're going to keep memeing as much as possible. There's a lot of memes that are going to get made because of this game. Guaranteed. Excuse me again. And the third thing they're going to learn is that they're going to have an influx of new fans who are fake fans, who are fair weather, and don't actually give a shit about the content. And actually don't give a shit about the game at all. They just want to be hit. And that's kind of the thing that any person has to fear whenever anything gets exposed to a new face. They always attach themselves superficially to things they can recognize and go hee hee ha ho ho ho. It is what it is, but I like them having fun. I like them getting to experience something they never had. But at the same time, those posts, the same posts that we've all seen about Korra, or more specifically The Last Airbender, and them bringing up the old Korra versus Aang debates, while also making such statements such as people hate Katara and also hated Korra because they're tanned minority women. Yeah, if I see that shit, I'm again going to your house and I'm spanking you. That's all I wanted to say there. All I wanted to say. Now, my thoughts about it. Looking forward to it. I don't own a Switch, so whatever they're releasing it on, who cares? Who knows? But it's good that we got it. We could also not have it, but that's dog shit. Me personally, if there's any games I'm excited for, because I can't play these things because I don't have the money to be able to buy a console to be able to play them. If there's anything that I'm really excited for, it's that they're also doing one for Crystal Chronicles, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. So that thumbs up, big for that. Hopefully the dumb autistic kids that are gonna spam a whole bunch of shit about Shin Megami Tensei will actually play the game rather than just play the game a little bit and then say, "Lol, this is boring," and then just piss and shit all over it because that'll annoy me. Granted, they'll do that anyways, but it'll annoy me. They'll do shit, and hopefully we will get good shit like that in the future because Shin Megami Tensei 5 is looking good. Nocturne remake is looking good. Crystal Chronicles remake or remaster, I think it's supposed to be, is looking good. All looking good. I see no reason to be worried. We've made remasters and remakes before. We'll continue to do that. The only thing that I'm ever scared of is that we'll get what we got in Final Fantasy VII Remake again, which is the thing that actually terrifies me. Because that game is not a fucking remake. It is a sequel. They decided that they were going to try to find a way to force what they wanted in the game in the game. And yes, we all want to fuck Jesse. Yes. We all also want to fuck Glasses Aerith. Yes. We also want to fuck non-glasses, but fucking sports bra. I can't remember her name. Oh my god. Why? We all want to fuck bartender lady. Why was my brain blanking on her name? Wow. Fucking wow. But we all want to bang them. But also, please play Disc 2. Play the original game. Because people trying to make things like dumbass political stakes, where they don't actually read what was said in the second disc, is a problem. No, they're not eco-fascists. Well, technically they are eco-fascists because that's what they're doing. But no, the eco-terrorists are not Antifa, okay? Also, that is not the characterization of Eris. She was not supposed to be this ooh-woo, I can do things for myself too kind of gal. That's not how that works. Also, Sephiroth does not show up in the first part of the disc like that. What the fuck are you doing and what the fuck are you talking about and on? I mean, the chair meme's funny. The chair meme is funny. But, yeah, don't do that shit ever again. Please, I'm begging you, Nabua. Don't do it. Please, don't do that to this. Don't do that to Kingdom Hearts either. But you're already doing it anyways, aren't you? Anyways. Have fun. Enjoy your games. And remember to wipe your butt. I'll see you all next time. Shabbat shalom, motherfucker.